All right, folks, good morning. Let's get started. So, for today, Monday, December the 9th, we have the following. We have one bit of economic data coming out today, which is not very important. It'll be at 10 a.m., and that will be for final wholesale inventories month over month. Again, this is not an important report, but that is coming out, and we'll see what it has to say at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, having said that, let's take a look at the market. So for Friday, the QQQ ETF was bullish, closed up about 0.89%, something like that. And the market right now looks like it's going to open slightly lower than where it closed on Friday. And taking a look at the stocks which were active on Friday, we didn't really have much that worked out. We had a few opportunities that one was a break even, I think, or something close to that. But we have one that sort of worked out, and that was Google. It was bullish. We didn't make much off of it, but it was able to reach beyond our target number one to the upside of 173.77. Topped out at 175.08, but we got out at a very small profit on that one, just a little bit past break even. As you can see, the action was pretty choppy. Other than that, everything else we found did not work. And taking a look here, for a second. All right, so Chinese stocks are up sharply. Let me see how JD's doing. The Chinese government's mentioned that um, they would consider um, a moderately loose monetary policy to kind of stimulate the economy. So JD.com is up, currently up about 9% on 1.4 million shares, and it's trading at, of course, over $1 per share. So right away we can add JD to our pre-market watch list. Again, the symbol is JD. Um, Also, probably Billy is up as well, I'm guessing. Yeah, Billy's up 12.26%. 1 million shares is at least $1 per share, so we can add that to the pre-market watch list as well, BILI. And again, any Chinese listed stocks should be up. But anyway, going down the list, here's what else I'm finding. See, GRRR, that is currently up 6 point, well, over 8% now. 1.2 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we will add GRRR to our pre-market list. Next up is GXAI, which is presently up 40.3% on just around 11 million shares. And the stock is at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add GXAI. Next up is IPHA, which is currently up about 28% on over 9.7 million shares and at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add IPHA to the pre-market watch list. Next up is JFBR, which is presently up 5.52%. So it's not up enough. I have to be up over 6%. It's close. There's a good chance it will be. I'll add that to our possibilities list. JFBR is a symbol. And again, it might be up enough within a moment or two. Now it is, right? So I guess I'll have to add that now to our actual list. So JFBR is now on the full list since it just inched ahead. All right, next up is, and that's not up enough. So we're just looking through the list right now. Looks like Nvidia is down. I don't think it's down enough, but yeah, it's not down enough. Never mind. Next up is Palantir, PLTR. It's currently up about 5.8% on 8.7 million shares, at least $1 per share. So it does not qualify for our degree of upward movement. I'll put that on our possibilities list, but it does not qualify for our list yet. It's close, so maybe in a few moments it does, but for now we'll put it on the possibilities list. Next up is QUBT, which is presently up 7.5% plus on 2.2 million shares, at least $1 per share, so we can add that to our pre-market watch list. The symbol is QUBT. Next up is RGTI, which is presently up about 15.5% on 34.3 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that RGTI to our pre-market list. Riot Blockchain is down 6.41% on 3.2 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market list. All right, next up is RXRX, which is presently up 12.7% on 2.1 million shares and at least $1 per share. So we can go ahead and add RXRX to the pre-market list. All right, next up is SATL, which is presently up about 31.5%. 3 million shares traded, it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add SATL to the pre-market list. Next up we have SMCI, which is presently up 8.5% on 6.8 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we can go ahead and add SMCI to the list. Next up is SoFi, which actually it's only down 1.62%, so that doesn't qualify. We'll skip that. Next up is SONN, which is presently up about 130% on 8.8 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we can add that to our pre-market watch list. Symbol again is SONN. And next up we have SOUN, which is about neutral, so we'll skip that. Next up is TIGR, presently up 14.6%, 3 million shares. Let me see here. It looks like this might be a buyout. It's a little choppy for a buyout. Let me see. Company reported. No, that's not it. I don't see a news right now for TIGR, so I'll have to find out later. But I don't see anything at the moment. So it does qualify, so we'll add TIGR to the pre-market list. Next up is, let's see, not Tesla. It's not moved enough. Next up is, yeah, that's it. That's all I see for my list. So here's all the stocks that I found so far that meet our qualifications. And those qualifications are we need a NASDAQ listed stock that's trading at least $1 per share. in the current pre-market. Also, in the current pre-market, it must have achieved at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume and must currently have at least a 6% price change, positive or negative. So, um, if you see any other stocks that meet all four criteria, let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's pre-market pulse. Please be sure to like the video. See, we have 11 likes, but more than 11 people watching. So please be sure to hit the like button. That greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you get notifications. And if anyone's watching this video on a replay, if you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, which is our website. There is a link in the description to this video. For everyone part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 22 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's session. Other than that, folks, have a great trading day. I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Take care.